Late. I should be sleeping, but something about tonight won't let me rest. After the bunkhouse started to reek of mold, maybe something rotting in the walls, us girls moved into the van. It was cramped and not much better, but at least the smell wasn't nauseating. Melissa, Angela, and I curled up in the back, using whatever jackets we could find. I kept thinking about the world outside, about how it used to be. I never thought I'd miss the hum of a fridge or the dull glow of a street lamp. Sometime in the middle of the night, I heard the door creak. Angela was slipping out. She said she needed to use the bathroom. I nodded, barely awake. But something about the silence after that set me on edge. I waited. 1 minute, 2. Then, movement. 2 shadows moving quickly. I grabbed Melissa and whispered. We barely had time to react before they pulled open the doors. We tried to scream, but they covered our mouths before a sound could come out. A third person appeared. He whispered that he was a Marine and they would not hurt us. He asked if we were okay, and after we both shook our heads, they released their hands. They started telling us who they were when Angela came out of the bunkhouse and walked toward us. She opened the door and froze, then stared, eyes wide, heart racing, but it wasn't what it looked like. I stepped out and put a finger to my lips. It's okay, I whispered to her. They're the good guys. Marines, real ones, uniforms, discipline, gear. Not like the neighborhood guys who held us prisoners with half-baked plans and delusions of grandeur. These men were calm, controlled, human. Angela's relief was almost comical. We're glad to see you, she said. And I mean it too. They told us they were patrolling, that they had a base nearby. I couldn't believe it. After all this time thinking we were on our own, someone had been watching, helping, waiting. We brought the soldiers back to the building. Josh, Carlos, and Juan woke up fast. Guns ready. That fight-or-flight response we've all developed now. But Melissa let them in. She said, "The Marines are here," like it was a dream come true. One of them introduced himself, Sergeant Johnson. And funny enough, he has the same last name as my maiden name. Then came the questions. "Are any of you sick?" he asked. "Can we trust you?" I told him I was a doctor. Melissa added she was a nurse. He looked relieved. And we were, too. They brought us back to their base, an old estate with brick walls, tents, and tired but living soldiers. Not just surviving, planning. Inside, officers stood over maps, whispering strategy. One of them, Colonel Jones, welcomed us in. He wasn't like the so-called colonel back home. No power games, no ego. He told us what really happened. The neighborhood militias were twisted versions of what the government originally intended. Makeshift armies run by corrupt politicians and opportunists, promising fake citizenship, grabbing power where they could. Carlos admitted he joined for that promise. I could see the hurt on his face when the colonel told him, there may not be a country left to claim. But there was still a purpose. They were going to the stadium tomorrow, to free hostages and to fight back. Josh offered to help. So did Carlos and Juan. But the colonel said they weren't trained enough for combat. He did want Melissa and me to help with the wounded. I agreed without hesitation. We're not just survivors anymore. We're part of something bigger, a resistance, a real one. They gave us rooms in the house to rest, kindness in a war zone. But the truth is, sleep still feels far away. Out there, in the city, the brown shirts are holding people hostage, including the wife of one of the officers. And tomorrow, we're going in. We're not running anymore. We're going to help take this world back. I'll check in again if I can. But if you're out there, stay alive, stay human,